God is going to give you a sign that he loves you. There is a girl who is going to have a baby son, and she will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. Then all the people who have lived in the dark will walk out into the light, and they will be as happy. A baby is going to be born, and he will become our king. People will find him as wise as Solomon and as strong as God. They will call him the Prince of Peace. Take heart, my people, says our God. You have suffered enough. Make a road through the desert.
In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent by God to a town in Galilee called Nazareth, to a virgin engaged to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David. The virgin's name was Mary. And he came to her and said, Greetings, favourite one, the Lord is with you. Mary was a little troubled at these words and wondered what they could mean. The angel said to her, Do not be afraid, Mary. God has chosen you to be the mother of his Son. You will conceive in your womb and bear a son, and you will call him Jesus. Mary said, How can this be, since I am not yet married? The angel said, The power of God can do all things. Nothing is impossible for God. Mary answered, I am the Lord's servant. May it be to me as you have said. And the angel left.
So Joseph set out from the town of Nazareth in Galilee and travelled up to Judea, to the town of David called Bethlehem, in order to be registered together with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. While they were there, the time came for her to have her baby. She gave birth to her first son, wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in the manger, for there was no room for them to stay in the inn.
Long may the world in Now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose, and have come to worship him. When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And assembling all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. They told him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for so it is written by the prophet, And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. Then Herod summoned the wise men secretly, and ascertained from them what time the star had appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word, that I too may come and worship him. After listening to the king, they went on their way, and behold, the star that they had seen when it rose went before them, until it came to rest over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced exceedingly with great joy. And going into the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. Then, opening their treasures, they offered him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And being warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed to their own country by another way.
We have just heard about the wise men from the east. These wise men are now referred to in modern times as the three kings. But it's more appropriate to refer to them as wise astrologers, or more perfectly, the wise magi. But no matter what we choose to call them, for me, it still seems so strange that in this great story, all the magi had to do was be wise and follow a star. A star. Something that can be clearly seen by every person around the world. Sometimes it can feel like God can give the simplest of signs in order to find him. When I spend time thinking about the Magi, I really wonder, what was it that made them go? What was it that made these men set out on such a risky journey, following a star? Yet, not really knowing where or what it will lead them to. Perhaps it was their instinct, a gut feeling, a sense of curiosity. Either way, the Magi show us the importance of always being alert, keeping our eyes and all our senses open to seeing what signs there are of God in our world. The Magi teach us the importance of being wise, making good decisions in our lives at the right time in response to the situations we find ourselves in. So in our world today, during a global pandemic, we too can be wise. I certainly don't expect to see any of you following the stars around Belfast, but you might be wise enough to find signs of God in everyday things in life. At Blessed Trinity College, we have worked hard on being wise men and women and how we have responded and conducted ourselves in this first term. We too have read the signs, been alert, and exercised good judgment in how we have followed our social distancing rules and PHA guidance. We've been wise by respecting each other's boundaries and belongings. We have also been wise in our engagement with our 5 ways to well-being, focusing on how we can connect, keep learning, be active, take notice, and give as we adjust to life after lockdown and take wise steps towards living well. Inspired by the wise men, perhaps this Christmas, although it will be different for many, you can once again connect. Connect with the people around you, with family and friends, through safe methods. Remember, Christmas doesn't have to be expensive. It's about your presence, not presents. Who can you connect with this Christmas? Keep learning, Perhaps as this Christmas is going to be different, you could try doing something different, learning something new. I'm sure the food technology department would love to hear about you helping out with making Christmas dinner. Be wise to the fact that learning new things will make you more confident and will of course be fun too. What new thing could you learn to do this Christmas? Be active. Like the wise men, you too should consider being active and go on a journey, such as going outside, exploring, going for a walk or a run safely. Remember, exercising makes you feel good. How can you be more active this Christmas? Give. We learn that the wise men give gifts to the baby Jesus. Perhaps you can consider what you can give to others this Christmas. We've already been very good at this school for our donations to our annual Christmas hamper appeal. Perhaps you can give some more. Perhaps you can give a handmade gift rather than spending money on one. Perhaps you can give your time to volunteer if it's safe to do so. Perhaps you can simply give your time to someone by speaking and listening to them. Think, how can you be more giving this Christmas? And finally, take notice. Just like the wise men took notice of the star that led to Jesus, perhaps this Christmas you too can take notice about the real meaning of Christmas. In the middle of the hustle and bustle of Christmas, take some time to just take notice and be curious. Explore the question, what is Christmas really, and I mean really, all about? There will be many Catholic churches in your area running various services over Christmas, including live streaming Christmas Mass. Take notice and tune in. And trust me when I say this, if you, like the wise men, are curious enough to find the real meaning of Christmas, then, like the wise men in the Christmas story, you too will return, but via a different route. Because anyone who discovers the truth of Christmas, anyone who encounters Jesus, will always be changed for the better. Have a lovely Christmas, and God bless.